So I wanted to talk about this upcoming full moon that's involved in eclipse. In an eclipse, it's speaking at a future that, if I keep meditating and I'm able to, and at the same time you have to whack back these enemies who their design is to take you away from your environment of meditation and your meditation. That's what we're doing on this planet. So this video, I wanted to talk about the full moon, which is speaking to everybody's future. It's at 6 Aries, and how the nodes have moved. This is where the eclipses are happening. That's what the nodes are about. It's a point reflecting like where the moon is or something. I really don't understand the north and the south nodes physically. It's an invisible point. I know astrology on a very real, like you stand there and you look up at the planets and there it is. And that's what you can really do when you're standing there. That's really what you can do. I have guessed people's rising sign, and even I've guessed people's birthdays. Out of 365 days, I had one witness, and I don't know if he did that. I don't know if the guy was lying either. So let me just erase that. He could have been lying. It was just communications. I didn't look at his license. Anyway, but I think I was right. I mean, why would somebody lie about that? I don't know. Of course he lied. Shauna. Okay, anyway, work it out, babes. If you have to do it right in front of your face, your own face. Press record. Talk about recording, babes. Neptune, when it moves into Aries, that tells me that the human organism, Aries represents the very holographic human manifestation. If we don't get it right then and there, then the whole fractal is, and we're working on that right now. You have to put up with every once in a while. That's the Aries thing. We're kind of fun. It's warm. You can probably light it and it will blow a flame. I'm just kidding. Really. I gotta stop saying just kidding. But no, really, yes. Humorous, warm, gives 110%, and that's your superhero out there clinging to the side of the building. All of your Batmans and Spider-Mans and all of those ones. It's like, you're going to do it right, you're going to do it right. Yes, watch this. It's like, hold my beer! And Aries is the one who just jumps and makes it. And they're like, and then they watch some other people fall in the hole. It's like, I'm not, I'm not being mean. You just suck. I'm just sorry. Well, um, that mentality, that thing, well, it's going to take to the stage. I was just reflecting on how when I just I don't look at it very much. I can care less. Can't you? Fuck the world, but there's a courthouse out there and people are in court and you see it gets on television set. People are there and it's like they're talking about real issues. It's like this fucking Babylon crap. But I've noticed like some people, I mean, they just want to, I understand it. You want to just get the documentary. You want to be the one that goes back up into heaven and says, I represented plants and I understood this tree was protesting against some things, and I put a sign on it and said, fuck you. And then I was taking on some stuff, and God was like, badge. You are now a general. You're near capacity to take care of an entire solar system. We're still working on a planet. And it's not even Sunday. New moon, it happens to trine the Leo planets, which is the entertainment, the sun. Very energized situation. It goes dim, and then the sun's light. The sun's light takes over. The Earth's shadow takes over. Now, I don't know what sign the Earth is in. I say it's Venus rule because that's what astrology shows. It's very scientific. the first Earth, the Earth. Okay, the fire sign is Mars ruled, which is matter and man. It's a fire that, you know, it stays. The fire is melting things, and then you can make a pot out of it. Fire does a lot of things for us here. Beautifully, beautiful. I mean, it's so beautiful. We're just looking at it. It's like, yay! Just stare at it for hours and hours. I do. I've stared at it for decades. Just listening to the sun's energy coming through it in the form. I mean, you can. That's what some shamans like. I remember I snapped a picture and a sentence showed up. I'm like, it said "lovely pie." Well, at the time I was baking some pumpkin pies, and I think my great grandma was coming through. Anyway, something was coming through. Anyway, getting back to the fire pie. How do you eat that? Dangerous. You have to be fire to fuck with fire. That's the secret behind the relationships with the fire signs. Even though they need a balance of earth, really does help. Please give us something to work with here. No. You look for that in people's charts, and also like if you're getting along. But getting back to this full moon, I'm telling you, I just got a download like, you know, right before I hit record, and I'm in Aries rising. It's like, oh, I gotta jump on this. It's like, no, actually, did you learn how to be patient? Sleep on it for a while, let it sink in. But sometimes it's like, no, ripe your dream down. And that's talk about it, babes. Okay, so we're talking about the future. This is it. Man is starting into his true spirituality when Neptune moves into a Aries over my ascendant. By that time, I should look it up here, but I don't want to waste anybody's time. Well, I have an ephemeris here. Pardon me while I'm looking at Neptune. What year does Neptune move into Aries? Which, if you ask me, any astrologer knows that when Neptune moves into Aries, right now it's in Pisces, and that's a huge thing. We're wrapping up some weird illusory shit. But when the fire sign meets with the Neptune here, we're talking about 2004, it hasn't happened. 2005, it hasn't happened yet. Boom. 2005, actually, here in April. Yep. Right in April of 2005. Not very long from now, kids. Hang in there. If you want to know how Christ is going to come back, all you have to know is know your words. What does Christ mean? Babes, it's happening now where if you're paying attention, I am, and you get a little inkling of just waking up on so many levels. Whatever is stationed here and creating misery for those that can come in and out of the heavenly realms is miserable. And they want you locked into their vibrational frequency that is this, I know this sounds very strange, but you can throw it off because it's an aspect. See, this is the parasitical world, and the human is the universe is human, 100%. But there's schism. There's schism. There's you can see this. It doesn't need to be this way. We're working on it as far as how that. See, as I'm talking about it, my inner being says, I really don't believe in you as far as schism. You can't. It's not, doesn't have any power over, say, the right geometry. That's what we're talking about. Geometry. We'll get into these words. You pull them apart, look at it like economy. Eco, you got to look up what the word eco means. No, we know what that means. It's actually, it's a neurological thing. the truth is the thing that's important there to override is the fact that the O is there. That just says you keep that capitalized, you put the N down. The truth behind that, the real thing that's behind it is forever life. Still, you're not taking away, if the N is there, it means that there could be a false connection. So you notice the two N's in the O is there. That means, okay, for me it means neurologics. Neurology, neurosis, like say nerves. Now what is that? That is electrical. That's your on and off signal. Now on has an O in it. You take that in. The N isn't as important as what's there in the higher octave spectrum, the superior of our voices is vowels. And if you heard, I was going to say extraterrestrials communicating. Now I'm saying the male and female spectrums are they're weaving like this because one. It's hard to explain, but here it is. That it's getting to be sunrise at 5:30, and I'm channeling some things and getting some work done as far as this is really how you do it, because the Earth's population, who sleeps profusely under a spell, the sun rises them up, and they just go into this amazing fucking. Watch out for the asphalt flying through the air without a scent of twice thinking, like, do you meditate? Oh, I see. So you're still running on the fucking main media first compulsory consensus suggestion spam. And the war on this planet is just between these two octaves. They're not even octaves. One of them needs to get on a goddamn fucking scale so we can, pardon my language, do some geometry.